Hello, one, hello, all. Welcome to episode 2 of the Final Girls live stream. This I didn't say it last time. This is a stream produced by Joseph Lionel, my favorite patron, big supporter of the channel, the household. Joseph does quite a bit for both Emily and I, and quite gracious. Without further ado, a nice little segue into Emily. Emily, say hello.
Oh, hello.
What channel? See, I forgot to ask what channel you're from.
Oh, I'm from Emily's Adventures in Horrorland, which should be on your featured channels list somewhere.
Yeah, well, say something nice about it. I mean, let's pretend that people don't know who you are.
Oh, and yeah, I review horror movies about once a month. I'm sorry, my upload schedule's pretty bad, but that's what I do.
Stop making so many characters. Perhaps that'll cut it down.
Maybe, yeah.
And Lindsay from Mother Mayhem. Did you not hear me? Mother Mayhem. Oh, she's frozen.
Oh no.
We're off to a brilliant start.
She'll be back.
So she'll be back.
Sure.
She's got this puzzled look on her face, like, I don't know what I'm doing here. So immediate segue, Nightmare Maven.
Hey. Yes, I'm Vicky, Nightmare Maven. I mostly do horror movie reviews and other fun spooky videos Monday through Friday.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a lot of content. That's what Emily should be doing.
She does characters and stuff, way more
Yeah.
effort than me just sitting down in front of a camera.
She does more in makeup than I do in editing in a year.
Yeah, seriously. Same.
And joining us for the first time is Kweeny Todd. Kweeny.
Hey, how's it going?
Long time no see.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, what was
Well,
just
in case nobody knows who you are, let's just fill us in on your channel, what you do over there.
I have the Kweeny Todd show. I do all sorts of stuff like vlogs, reviews, get ready with me videos where I paint my face up crazy. I just like to do a bunch of things. I'm kind of like a jack of all trades, but everything is horror based. So that's where my love lies.
That's awesome. That's why we're all here. We're all here for a love of horror, or conjoined love of horror.
Exactly.
I'm going to try to buy time for Mother Mayhem because she probably dropped. See, Emily and I are currently experiencing a ridiculous thunderstorm, and I figured, look at that logo. There it is. Hi.
That's a great logo.
Are you back?
What the hell happened? How did that happen?
You tell me. And she froze again.
No.
Oh no.
Lindsay, you're our clickbait.
Come back.
We need you.
Darling Darkness, hello. Mitch R, hello. Christina Healy, hello. Oh, that's you, Nightmare Maven. Hey to you. Mitch R, Wolfpack Aru. I guess. Yeah, no. I was literally reading that. So, Maven, you're the most up to date on content out of all of us combined, I think. What have you covered in the last week, two?
Oh, in the last week. Okay. Let's see. I did some kind of like dark stuff. I reviewed a movie called The Dead Girl, which was really good. Did Mother May? Oh, no, she's still frozen. Okay. I didn't know she came back.
She have a happy face this time, at least.
Yeah. Let's see. I've been doing some Vincent Price stuff lately. The Late Late Show has a Vincent Price tag going around. So if anybody out there wants to do that,
love to
I recommend. Yeah, love to Dino. Much love to Dino. It was a great tag. I finally got around to watching Blumhouse's Truth or Dare. It was awful. I hated it.
I didn't see that coming for 1 second. That's so crazy.
Yeah. Oh, and I watched a really interesting zombie flick called The Night Eats the World, which is like a slow burn, different kind of zombie movie.
What year was that released?
It's 2018 or 2017, something like that. Like one of those like festival movies. You know,
it sounds old-ish.
yeah, yeah, it does. Yeah.
Queenie, you have a tag that you recently did, the Hellraiser tag. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what is in there? See, I haven't done it yet because I've only seen
it's just like 7 or 8 questions, and like talking about what's your favorite Hellraiser movie, what's your least favorite, who Cenobites that you like. I like that question actually. And the last one where I ask you to be creative and think of what you would look like as a Cenobite. So I said I would be skinless like Julia because she is my icon. And I want to be like her as a Cenobite.
Wait, which one is that? See, I've seen 1 and 2 I saw barely.
She's like mostly the villain of the piece for Hellraiser 1 and 2. Like she's actually the villain.
Is that the one that you dressed up as, Emily?
No, I was female Cenobite. Julia's the one who's the evil stepmother with the shoulder pads.
Shoulder pads and earrings.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah,
her earrings, man. She wears them so well.
Okay. So Mother Mayhem says her internet keeps dropping out. See, we were worried about us, and it's her that.
Damn it, Canada.
Blame Canada.
I know. I'm from there. I know.
Cody Leach is the only YouTuber I've heard of not hate Truth or Dare. Is that a fact? And now what happened to Emily?
Oh no!
Wait, what? We're in the same house. We can't lose one of us. That doesn't make any sense. I'm not sure what to do. Yeah.
Go.
Do you have a cable, Mother Mayhem? An Ethernet cable?
Yeah, a good old pluggy plug.
Yeah. That's what I do in times of trouble. Just
dude, old school style.
Hey, Emily, everything all right?
Yep, just had to. Yep.
Okay. Sure. All right. Well, Mother Mayhem, just one way or another, whatever happens. Well, I mean, I guess if you can't get in here and your internet sucks, you won't be able to tell us that. But if you try and fail, just try to tell us somehow. So I guess we could. Oh, Emily, you recently did Martyrs on your channel, which was kind of the 2 of the 1-2 punch in this house. The way better review of the 2 that we've done.
I don't know about
that. What do you have upcoming?
Well, I have an upcoming review of The Exorcist, which has been in scripting hell for about 2 years.
Scripting hell? Yeah, Universal just won't give the money for that just yet. Pre-production.
And I've got to do some stuff for Patreon sooner or later because I only just managed a video essay for the beginning of this month. It's usually about the end of every month. So.
Oh, that's right. What is that? What is that exclusively for patrons? No, I'm asking you. What is that? It's a video.
Oh, that's about what makes an effectively scary monster in movies or otherwise. I didn't choose to go into what makes them good or interesting, like backstory or what their personality is. Like Freddy Krueger's very charming and I guess witty in a way, but no, that's the wrong word. What am I?
Menacing, charming.
He's charismatic.
Yeah, charismatic. That's probably better. Yeah, charming. Ooh, he's gonna kill me. Come closer.
You could bring him home to your mother. So that's what I'm up to.
Well, all right. Well, let's try to buy time for Lindsay. Queenie, what in a horror movie do you think? What do you think you need from a villain in a horror movie to make it respectable?
So like how I love Julia, I love her because through her story arc, she transforms.
Oh, it doesn't have to necessarily be Julia, just in general.
But that's a thing I love is transformation.
Oh, okay, transformation.
Yeah, I like watching them go from like, especially if they went from like this innocent thing to a really terrible monster. Like that appeals to me somehow.
So like the reverse, like an antagonist arc is what you like.
Oh yeah.
Not a protagonist arc, right?
Right.
Do you mean they become a monster in a
innocence at me? So it's just funny.
Maven?
I think if it's a monster, like Inhuman something, I prefer the ones that you can't see, that leave to your imagination a little bit. I'm thinking like, like Blair Witch kind of, where I know that annoys some people that you don't ever see anything, but that to me is the scariest. But if it's like a human, more human type villain, I'm kind of with Queenie in a transformation sense, or I guess just more backstory. Like I want to know what makes them tick if it's more of a human type person. But I prefer not to know sometimes. I'm on the fence.
Lord Leesus joins us in the chat. Hello, Lee. That picture was priceless. I would be making a counter picture right now, but I'm a little busy. Oh, and Lindsay George. All I have is Wi-Fi. Or actual connection is next to Tommy's room, and he's sleeping.
Oh no.
Well then. Okay. So I guess we'll get started, and I'll try my best to represent Lindsay's viewpoint, unless she can somehow drop in. So what the main thing, we have quite a varying display of taste as far as so horror movies. See, how do I keep talking myself into a ditch? I always talk myself into these stupid ditches. So horror movies. Yeah, am I right? Because I feel like I'm matching everything I'm wearing. So a little bit. So horror movies traditionally go for gore and sex, and they usually target straight teenage boys. So my question to all of you, and Emily's to my left, Queenie is next, and then Maven is the furthest. So we'll go Emily, Queenie, Maven. If you are not a straight teenage boy, what is it about horror that gets you going? If all right, so discard gore. We can get around to that. Are there parts of horror that kind of push your buttons voluntarily, involuntarily? Emily.
I guess horror movies are a way to live through certain fearful situations without, the dire consequences. You feel the fear and don't have to deal with it afterwards. So I guess there's that. The goriness especially doesn't do it for me unless it's earned, or if it's just gratuitous, then it's, I don't know, not my thing.
Mm-hmm. So here I'll step into my 15-year-old body. There's movies that I watched as a young teenager that had way more value to me because there was a lot of female nudity, a lot of targeted, what you would call softcore porn for a straight teenage boy. Friday the 13th Part 5. I used to love that because it's just tits and gore. That's all that movie is tits and gore. But since I've grown up, it really kind of has dissipated, and there's not much to that movie. So I guess the broader question is, if a movie is shit, is there a sexual element or a different element that would keep you watching? If so, what would it be, Emily?
Like I said, if there's some meaningful horror transformations that are interesting to look at, that's a bit of a draw, I guess. I can forgive a terrible movie if it's at least visually interesting. And I guess seeing a few naked female bodies never hurt the movie either.
Right, and that's speaking as somebody who identifies as lesbian.
Yes, as I try not to put a label on it these days, considering.
Yeah, but it's a bit hypocritical in the current situation, right? But
yeah, but I'm predominantly attracted to women, and I suppose growing up that would have been pretty interesting to me.
So it's is it safe to say that you're basically in that same target audience? If you're into girls, then what Hollywood is doing with their exploitation is kind of ticking the right boxes for you.
Yeah, I'd say so. I feel like there's an inner conflict where I'm supposed to be a good feminist, but I'm also, you know, checking out somebody who's being slaughtered on screen. And I know it's purely for the male gaze, and, you know, no woman with the slightest bit of sanity would walk out in a nightie going, "Who's there? I know someone's there." But I'm also, I can't find the right words.
At least that makes two of us. Good. Thank you. All right. So
the attraction's there. It's I see what they're doing.
Okay. All right. So all right. Queenie.
Yes.
You identify as they.
Yes, I do.
Okay. So explain for the layperson what that means, please, if you don't mind.
It means I prefer to not have gender-specific pronouns.
Okay.
I am what's called non-binary. It means I don't want to prescribe to the binary of gender.
Okay. So
male, female.
So in a genre where they're targeting audiences with certain sexual stimuli, what is it that you get from movies like that, if at all?
I don't really get much from horror, like in a, I guess, stimulated kind of way, but there are movies that do it for me, like Hellraiser, because it's not about gender there. The Cenobites could be whatever they wanted, and if they didn't like what they were, they could morph their body and all that pain and rip themselves apart to have the actual physique that they seek to represent their deviancy, you know?
Right.
And being a deviant myself, I was like, I get that. That gets me. And it disturbed me at the same time that I was, you know, having questions like that, watching something like Hellraiser. But those are the kinds of movies that do it for me. Not the ones with girls and their big breasts and they're bouncing around outside. Oh no, where do I go? That doesn't do it for me. You know, I need a more intellectual kind of place, a darker place beyond sex.
So even if it were subtext, would that matter? I'm trying to think. Like Alien. Alien is really
Alien
about.
Alien is great. That one does it for me too. That one does it for me too, because that creature, when you first see it, you don't know what it is. You don't know what the hell it is, like on any level, and that's what makes it fascinating to me. Learning what that is, if I get a chance to, you know.
So something like that. So what speaks to you? Not even sexually. What part of the horror genre speaks to you? Would it be something? I mean, you call yourself a werewolf. Would it be something like that with the whole transition?
Yes. Yep. The whole transformation.
Excuse me for generalizing.
I like monsters who transform into monsters. You know, be they humans who just become awful people and do awful things, or people who physically transform into monsters, like werewolfism. You can be a nice person and get bit by a werewolf, and then you're this beast that just kills indiscriminately because you are out of your mind. You know, and I can relate to that. I can, you know, take that into myself as something to chew on, you know? Chew on.
Hey. So Emily, I didn't ask you what regardless of sex, what speaks to you in the horror genre?
I do have a fascination with body horror, and I don't know if that has to do with
your incessant need to pull parts of your body out through your body. No,
I don't know. I consider myself to be on and off a kind of mentally ill person, so maybe it has something to do with that. But I find the transformative aspect of body horror very fascinating. Again, it's often interesting to look at. Like The Thing is one of my favorites. The Fly also, it's a very gradual decay of the self, which I find interesting. Mm-hmm. And I suppose what I didn't stipulate before listening to Queenie's answer, which was a lot better than mine, the ones I gravitated to or garnered my interest in, say, Blockbuster Video Store when I was looking at the covers, any movie that had more to do with the discovery aspect of sex rather than the, I don't know, slutty girls getting decapitated because moral bankruptcy. Something like Teeth, which was about someone losing their innocence and discovering they had a very literal something going on down there. It was.
Is it fair to assume that they're teeth?
There, but yes.
Is it fair to assume that they're teeth?
Yeah, the blurb never did go into much detail, but I imagine it was, yes.
Oh. Well then, perfect segue. Maven.
I gotta say really quick, that is actually kind of a perfect segue because oddly enough, I actually watched Teeth and The Fly today earlier.
That's a double bill right there.
So I had a little moment when you mentioned both. I was like, oh shit. All right. Okay. Emily, are you here? But yes. Okay.
So first,
yeah.
I mean, pick whatever you want to answer first. But I'd like you to discuss both topics that we were covering, whether it be what speaks to you or what pushes your buttons as far as sexually speaking in a horror film.
Gotcha. Well, if I'm speaking for my teenage self when I was getting into horror and going in the movie theater, I will say for all of the slashers that were coming out that had the big breasted girls running around, there always was, and I think Lee mentioned it in the comments in the chat like way earlier, I saw it pass by, that there was always an attractive like heartthrob leading male. So a lot of the horror movies I went to go see back then had like Jared Padalecki in it, Chad Michael Murray, that sort of thing. So like as a teenager, that's like I went there for that. Like I knew they weren't going to make it because there had to be a final girl, not a final guy. But they would usually be there for most of the movie.
Shout out to Tom Matthews. Sorry. Sorry.
You're okay.
He's a final guy. Bro.
I know, bro. But now it kind of like, I don't know, what kind of attracts me or pushes my buttons in horror now is things like Teeth that are kind of about the female experience and like going through puberty, sexual awakening kind of things, like dealing with the changes in your body, because Teeth is very much about her being a stranger in her own body. Kind of, she doesn't even understand really what's going on until the end of the movie. Does she really know how to like harness her powers? But yeah, I think that's what kind of pushes my buttons now, stuff like that. And then, I mean, just in general, kind of what draws me into horror is like self-reflective slashers, like taking those slasher movies that are very misogynistic, which I know we talked a lot about in the last episode, and are examining that because I too like to examine those movies.
And that's what you project. I see you trying to get a drink.
No, you're good.
So something like a slasher is what you put what you project. Yeah, I guess you answered it. So Lindsay in the chat says, I actually have a weird affiliation to usually finding myself attracted to gay males as well. I believe it's partially because of their femininity. The bad boy has never really done it for me. Has there ever been really a prominent gay couple in horror, in mainstream horror?
Oh,
no. I would believe no.
Nothing comes to mind. Nothing mainstream comes to mind.
Yep. Yeah. Emily, we sat down and kind of forced ourselves to watch something because it was free on Prime. Was it Sunday? Was it a couple days ago, right?
Oh, it was longer than that.
I forgot what the name of it was, but it said, gay model in New York City, and it was a thriller. What the fuck was the title of it? I can't remember. It was fucking terrible, and it wasn't a horror. It just wasn't good. I don't know why that hasn't made its way to the mainstream. Honestly, I'm really trying to scour my brain and think if
you mentioned it on Twitter somewhere because you were tagging somebody else.
Yeah. I hate when I draw a blank like that. Lindsay, thank God she's not here. She says there has not couple, but yes.
So yeah, that film was notable for having I suppose a gay male gaze that was lingering on the bodies of the agent that he goes to and the guy who owns the modeling company, whatever.
Yeah. It's not outright said, but Jeepers Creepers 2 is quite. Oh wait, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Wait a minute.
There we go. We go.
Those are two movies that don't outright say it, but I mean, if you're a gay male, what was that?
I don't think you have to be blatant about your message. You could.
Well, yeah. That I think that's what makes some of these movies good is the subtext. And let me correct that. I'm not saying that Jeepers Creepers 2 is good for its subtext. I'm not saying Jeepers Creepers 2 is good, period. I'm just saying when they can kind of, smooth in the subtext and still have a good movie going. Nightmare on Elm Street 2 has kind of grown to be quite well accepted in time.
Chat is going on about American Horror Story.
American Horror Story. I've only seen the first season. Even today, people were talking Killer Flicks that Stu was gay. Stu from Scream.
I missed that conversation in Killer Flicks.
Stu?
I need to go back and find that.
What? All right.
As in friend of Billy?
Yeah.
Right.
I know. I'm like making the same face. Like, me neither.
If it was there, it was very subsumed or a word like that.
Yeah. That's why I want to go back and find this conversation so I can read this. Interesting. Oh, he was in love with Billy.
Stu was with Rose McGowan and Drew Barrymore. He was the man, not gay. He was very in love with Billy. Just my opinion. That's how I wrote a short film, and I had an argument between my characters that Ducky in Pretty in Pink is actually gay, but that's just a theory. And that's not a horror movie.
Huh.
What does that mean?
That's interesting. No, because it's interesting. Like I never, as many times as I've seen that movie.
He's perfectly fine with just being the second fiddle. Knows how to dance, dresses better than anybody ever in the 80s. But that's neither here nor there. So the chat, the only AHS that matters, Connie Britton. Yeah, I've only seen the one in the house. No, I've seen season 2 too, which is the one in the hospital.
One has a couple in it though.
Asylum.
Oh, that's right.
What about Jennifer's Body?
Yeah.
Jennifer's Body.
In that movie, our main character it's implied she has a crush on Jennifer. She seems more interested in her than her own boyfriend, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the way they play that out in the movie. Yeah, I agree with that. I can see that.
So if May and Anna Faris, that's a good one. Thank you, Darling Darkness. Yeah.
Yep.
May was
bisexual or pansexual,
Right.
I kind of related to her with that. She's just exploring people, seeing who she likes, and then she finds out she likes body parts.
Yeah, a really good take on the Frankenstein story.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
So prominent female villains in horror. We finally saw Loved Ones a couple of. I keep wanting to say a couple of days ago, but it might have been 2 months ago now. How do you guys feel about the? Have we all seen Loved Ones?
Yes.
Nightmare Maven looks like she's
Sorry, I had the chat popped out and then it went away, so I was just trying to get it back.
You look like you're on a different planet. Have you seen Loved Ones?
Loved Ones, or is there another movie called? Is it the Australian movie that I'm?
Yes,
thinking of?
yes.
Okay, yes. Okay.
Yes. So your thoughts on the villain, the lead female, the bad.
Yeah.
The
Our
antagonist. Yes.
Our antagonist. Oh, what's her name in the Lola, right?
Yeah, Lola.
Loves
Lola, okay.
pink. Whatever her name was, she loves pink.
Lola. I love her as a villain, actually.
Really?
Yeah. She's kind of like I don't know. She's like kind of a
She's
very
like a
interesting,
spoiled
like
brat, kind of.
yeah,
like daddy let her get away with everything.
Kind of like My Super Sweet 16, like Gone Psycho, like high school, like like just wants everything like a normal high schooler wants, except she's psychotic.
Yeah.
That's really the only thing. Like I love her as a villain.
Queenie?
Oh yeah, I like her. She's evil as fuck. She's like she's like one of those people that I'd totally punch in the face if I met. You know, like I would totally just fucking love it. I know it doesn't sound like I loved it, but I did.
You love to hate her.
Yeah.
You can have characters like that. Like,
Emily?
I think she chewed a little bit of scenery, but it's at least different. And I found her relationship with her father very, very uncomfortable. I don't like to imagine what life in that house is like the rest of the year. Just.
Yeah, that relationship with the father was really
creepy.
Yeah,
creepy. There's a perfect word. Interesting, unusual,
inappropriate.
Joseph says Wild Things, more of a thriller, but definite sociopaths.
Oh yeah, that has lesbians.
Ruining people has lesbians. Yes, it's
multiple.
Or
a pair.
Same sex, hanky panky. Anyway.
Yeah. There's a good story if you watch more than the infamous pool scene. Oh, there's more than the pool scene? Loved Ones was so good. My girlfriend was totally on board with Lola until she was about to kiss her dad, and she was cheering her on until that part.
Go Lola!
I think that's everybody watching the movie, though. You love her, and then it gets creepy with her dad. You're like, maybe never mind. I
think we kind of touched on this, if not talked about it a little bit at detail the last time. Is it a little frustrating that she's a little psychotic? Like I forgot who said it last time, but why can't a female villain in a horror movie just be, just killing people? Yeah, just killing people.
Yeah, I've noticed in stalker movies when there is a female stalker, she tends to be the crazy type.
How's that go again?
Oh,
yeah. That's a medical.
Close, what's her name? Who was Evelyn Draper in Play Misty for Me?
Oh. Yeah, no, my brain's fried. Yeah, no, that's a good point. Kathy Bates in Misery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
But that's another reason.
They're all just kind of crazy, hysterical, unpredictable. Why do we want that in the workplace type of sociopathic?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I
don't know if I'm projecting, but that's how I see it.
No, it is. Well, I guess so I caused a bit of a stir in Killer Flicks, the Facebook group owned by our Lord and Savior, Drum Dumps. Yeah, because it's to me at least it seemed that there was beautiful women of horror. People would put a picture every now and again. It was just it wasn't a headshot. It was here's Courtney Cox's torso, and I got a little frustrated.
You worked very hard on.
Right. So I decided to put beautiful men of horror, and people backlashed like it was this I don't know, like I was butthurt over the fact that there was, I think butthurt was the literal term, butthurt, that that there was people putting up pictures of beautiful women, and I just put a couple of pictures of, I think I put Taylor Kitsch from The Covenant. Wait a minute, speaking of The Covenant, I think, aren't they gay in that movie?
Everybody's a little bit.
I think it was just like two of the characters. There was kind of like not the two main guys whose names I can't. The blonde one and Chase Crawford's character.
We need a Bechdel test for non-straight. I don't know what you would call that. A Bechdel test for non-straight, a Bechdel test for African American.
I mean, there are a lot of guys walking around shirtless in The Covenant. I don't think that necessarily means they're all queer characters, but I think the director kind of shot it that way.
I think it was like there was like something with the relationship with the other two guys that weren't Taylor Kitsch and Stephen Strait's character or something, or it's kind of like a fan thing that they're gay or something like that. I don't think it wasn't super prominent in the movie, I don't think.
There are some mainstream movies that linger on the male body, like in Thor, I guess, but that's because a female character is looking at him.
Cody's in the chat now. Cody says, people are backlash on killer flicks? No. They were just upset Charles didn't use you, Cody. Yeah, listen. And Jason was another one that kind of, Jason Smith, not Jason Voorhees. Lindsay brought up before The Hunger.
Oh, The Hunger.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, that's a great example.
Such a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's got David Bowie in it. David Bowie.
Well, what's the premise, really quick?
It's a vampire movie. There's like this queen vampire, and she's like, got her mates, but they start dying slowly, so she has to keep taking new mates, and it's all artsy fartsy, and has like Bela Lugosi's Dead playing, and you can just goth out, like, and Bowie. He's one of her lovers. He's great.
That was my goal, Cody, was to get master posts for just the top of the shots.
Mayhem.
So, two subgenres that I would consider subtext laced are vampire and werewolf movies, and thankfully Kweeny is here. I would say that vampire movies as a whole, with the exception of the Twilight Saga, are they're giant subtext for lust. And I would say that the werewolf genre is subtext for puberty. Emily, agree, disagree, or expands on those two thoughts.
Some are. Something like Ginger Snaps, it's very clear that's what the message is. I haven't seen that many werewolf movies. I've seen Dog Soldiers. I don't think that's supposed to be a metaphor for anything. I think it's just fucking wolves everywhere. So, yeah, I think it depends on the movie.
Kweeny.
Yes?
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
So I think that vampire the subgenre for vampires is kind of about lust, and the subgenre for werewolf movies, which I really hope you have a lot to say about, is kind of it's kind of a metaphor for puberty. Your thoughts on those two?
I think those are simplifications.
Okay.
But
correct.
Yes, vampires for lust, but it's also like it's about deviancy and like going against the grain, and that's why a lot of them are masculine but not fully unfeminine. There's elements to Dracula that make him a lot more angled and pronounced and beautiful, and it's about seduction, and twisting seduction and twisting sex and lust. That's what vampires are to me. Werewolves are, yes, there is an element where you can relate it to puberty and all that, but it's more than that. It's about the primal animal in us. So while we have lust, sexuality here, it's like a higher kind of form of, I guess, exploration. With werewolves, we're exploring something more deeper, darker, gross, and ugly. Something that's dirty. Okay? When you're a werewolf, you rip everything you have apart to get your beast out. And you become the beast. And the beast is intoxicating. I like to equate it, for me personally, that my beast is my bipolar, because I am sick with bipolar. And when my bipolar is at its peak, I have a mania that comes over me, and it can get quite primal. And I find comfort in werewolf films, watching them for that aspect. Because yes, the primal aspect can become sexual, but it's not about sexuality. And that's what makes me more allured to werewolves than vampires. Because I had my vampire phase, right? And sometimes I play with it still.
Well,
but like, you know,
I didn't. Let me clarify a bit. I didn't mean puberty in the strict sexual sense. I meant, you know, changes, going through changes in your body. And I mean that's the
transformation stuff.
Right. Yeah. Right. That is a
werewolves are all about that.
From what little I know, werewolves seem to be more I don't know, have more insight or be more shameful of the fact that they are werewolves. There's all this, don't look at me.
They're trapped between worlds, right? So you still have the human side, and then you have the beast side, whereas a vampire gives up the human side and just over time becomes more and more this ancient monster thing.
So werewolves can pass, so to speak, but
they can have the changes and the chaos, whereas vampires are kind of stagnant and they stay in their, you know, they become stone-like, you know, in their way.
I've never associated bipolar with werewolves, but it seems like a really perfect analogy. Now that I've heard you say it, it
I
really.
call myself a chronic werewolf.
Yeah,
that was my cute little name for it, because like, or like when it comes over me, I like to say it's my monstrous moon time.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's my monstrous moon time again. I'm gonna act like a crazy person.
Someone should do a really artful version of that. That's really unique. I could not agree more.
Monstrous moon time sounds more like a innuendo for PMS, to be honest.
Oh yeah, my PMS is my monstrous moon time. Yep. Oh yeah. I have PCOS. I have some pretty.
Does nobody call it the curse anymore?
Yeah, it's still a curse. It's just classier this way.
Maven.
Oh, okay. Tough to follow Emily and Queenie on that one. I do agree with Queenie to an extent that the werewolf, that like puberty and even like sexuality is kind of an oversimplification sometimes. I think that's kind of just like the go-to like easy way, like how are we going to show somebody going through changes or something? Oh, we'll have them turn into a werewolf, because that's kind of easy. And there's kind of that uncontrollable aspect to it as well, because a lot of times, not all werewolf movies, but a lot of them follow the whole like full moon myth where they're not fully in control of when they change into a werewolf. So there's kind of that uncontrollable aspect to it, which does go along with the puberty. You know, there are uncontrollable changes, things happen. Same thing with like sexual desire. If you want to relate it to that, sometimes there's like that animalistic nature within you whenever you see somebody that pushes your buttons that way or something like that. And it's uncontrollable, an uncontrollable feeling. And I think that's speaks to the the werewolf more so than the vampire, which is very controlled. And there's something kind of asexual to me about the vampires as well, because it's not so much about who they're attracted to. They want the blood, which runs through everybody. So to them, it doesn't necessarily matter what gender or whatever they're getting it from. It's just the blood.
No, that's kicking in. Emily, you brought up something earlier today that we didn't properly iron through, but I kind of liked the idea of bringing it up. Do you remember what it was? Because I don't.
Oh gosh, Dan, I can't remember.
Awesome.
Was it about the slasher killer thing?
Perhaps. Give me a little bit more than that.
Okay, so I was thinking of putting something together explaining why it's always teenagers that these guys go after and not children or the elderly. Because I think that would be a pleasant change, to be honest.
Yes. Why do we, in the slasher genre, why do we think it's always teenagers and never children, never seniors, never, people going through a midlife crisis? It always seems to be teenagers. I guess I'll go and start with Queenie.
I think it's because a lot of older folks treat teenagers like they're always up to no good. Like they're just always assumed to be bad in life anyway, because they're young and they're, you know, exploring things still, and you know, they're having probably a lot of sex, you know. So all of the adults who aren't having sex anymore are just like, rascally kids, you know, like, shaking their fists.
All right, if the curse hasn't been used in a while, rascally kids hasn't been used in ages.
Rascally yeah, they just get blamed for shit because they're young and in that stage where they will do things and fuck up. You're supposed to fuck up as a teenager. That's your job. Learn how to be a better person later.
Yeah, but
here you are. You're a teenager.
Yeah, but adults fuck up too. Like, I mean, if
anything, yeah, but it's different when we fuck up. We have guilt about it. Like, like teenagers don't really. They're selfish. They're thinking about themselves at that moment. Oh, I gotta get laid. Oh no, there's drama happening. You know, like
yeah,
all those high school drama movies. Like, oh, whatever. They bore me.
Maven.
I think it's a combination of, yes, teenagers fuck up a lot. And they're kind of vulnerable in that way because they make really stupid decisions and they don't think things through a lot. You know, it's easy to put a group of teenagers in a dangerous situation because they'll go out to a remote cabin in the woods and all get drunk and have sex and not be paying attention to what's going on around them. That's kind of like easy to do. And also, I mean, just kind of from like the money-making side of it, I guess that's oftentimes who they're aiming these movies at anyway as well. So you want somebody to relate to on the screen. So teenagers are generally who they're aiming for.
Yeah. Do you think they could ever do something entertaining, I guess, is the best way I would put it, to, you know, some guy going through a midlife crisis and he's fucking up and, you know, cheating on his wife or cheating on his taxes or, you know, just doing stupid grown-up shit that I don't know that somehow he could be punished for in a horror movie. Is it possible to do a film like that where it would be entertaining and horror-ish?
There was Mom and Dad, but they weren't really the subject of all the violence, except when Nick Cage's parents turned up, I guess.
Well, that was kind of like a sickness kind of thing more than it was, you know.
Yeah.
That, yeah, I enjoyed that premise. I wish they could have expanded on that a little bit more.
There was the Belko experiment. It wasn't very good, but it involved primarily adults picking off other adults.
Yeah. You know what? Why does it seem like it's always some version of torture porn that it's adults that are doing these things? It seems like kids are morons in horror. But if somebody, a post 21-year-old, is in a horror movie, they're being held against their will and have to make weird decisions to save their life.
Because if you did that to teenagers in movies, you'd probably get a lot of backlash for putting a teen character in such a dark situation. People would probably feel a little bit more strongly towards that because of then it would turn into innocence, not that they're stupid. It would turn into, oh, this is an innocent person, they're super young, they don't deserve this sort of thing. Whereas when it's adult, when it's our age, it's like, okay, that's fine.
I got really excited about Jason Lives when I heard there were going to be kids at the camp this time, but they didn't do very much with it.
Watch your mouth.
So, what I'm saying was that's what got me excited when you mentioned that.
Oh, looking at a bunch of kids in a camp, that's what got you excited?
Yeah, because I thought it would be a change. We've got actual children in danger. And
well, they kind of were. They had a moment or two.
Sure.
You know, kids cost a lot to their schedules are tight and it's expensive to keep them on set. But
yeah, they got homework to do and stuff like that.
Yeah, 4-hour schedules or some shit like that or something. But yeah, Jason broke through a door and scared the shit out of him.
Children, they're more likely to have the boogeyman set on them than, you know, Mike Myers or Freddy or any of these. I mean, Freddy post-burning, obviously.
And Emily, since you brought up the holy Jason Lives, I'm gonna go ahead and take this opportunity. The moment where Jason hovers over that girl who decides to say her prayer, and then Jason hears a cop outside, and then he goes and walks away. Do you think that's like a little bit of a wink to faith-based people who say your prayers, kids, and everything will go away?
You mean, do I think they put that in deliberately to?
Not deliberately so much as it's something that somebody could point to and say, see, like that's like, because these movies always don't smoke pot, don't fuck, don't I don't know, do other
Don't have fun.
shit. Yeah. Don't be a teenager.
In movie 2, someone tries to approach Freddy Krueger because they want to help him. He says, "Help yourself," and throws him into a pool. So, didn't work there.
Well, it was a slightly different situation. This girl was praying because she was scared, and then Jason decided to walk away. I
mean, I don't know if kids were their target audience. That film in particular. So,
yeah, I guess I was weird because I saw that when I was about 6.
Well, did it help you?
No, I didn't. When I was scared, I didn't. Also, I didn't have a masked murderer hovering over my face on a near nightly basis where I needed to use that.
Just fortnightly.
Yeah, every 4 months. Maybe.
How's it going, Giles? Oh, not bad. Have I got the right room?
Queenie, have you seen Jason Lives?
Yeah, but it's been a long time. It's not my favorite.
All right, now you can leave. Do you know,
like weirder horror than that? Okay, slashers are kind of.
No.
That's why I like Freddy, because he was out of the box. He was different.
Oh yeah, it's creative too. It's a creative franchise. Yeah, it's,
like some of the franchises I love. Like I love Halloween. That's one of my favorites. But he's all right. He's okay.
Yeah, hopefully Lee's still here.
We're just not deep friends,
Vacancy. I don't remember Vacancy.
I don't think I ever saw it.
Joseph says, I think a kid praying when faced by Jason's probably just a natural reaction. Oh.
Yeah. But we're talking about a slasher where it's very Reagan era. Don't do anything bad. The praying can save you. I think if you look at it that way, it's 100. I agree with.
It's the all-American family.
You, Maven.
Because it's a slasher, yes.
A very smart slasher. But now I'm curious, can anyone recall anyone else praying in the Friday franchise? No.
No, that's kind of an odd thing to remember, though. I wouldn't.
Freddy tells people to grab their crucifix, but that's not quite the same.
Well, there's that whole thing with his mom's the
his mom's a nun.
Yeah,
he got raped by 1,000 maniacs, right? 1,000.
A ridiculous number.
After 20, does it even matter? Like, a lot of maniacs
still alive.
Like, how is she still walking? Is the better question.
Oh yeah, like seriously.
Can you imagine all the little sperms waging war inside of her?
Oh my god.
I think it was just showcasing their innocence, says Lindsay. Good to have you here in the stream, Lindsay.
Thank you.
I agree with that. Oh, it was only 100. Oh, okay. I mean, what's she complaining about then? It's only 100.
Yeah, come on. If it was 1,000, then we'll understand.
It's still enough to widen the walk, if you ask me. Yes, if I have to hear about Halloween one more time. Yeah, I do. The whole purpose of this stream is to avoid talking about Halloween.
Sorry, I didn't mean to mention it.
No, it's fine. It really is fine. Well, I mean, if I don't think they discuss religion at all in the Halloween. I think that's.
I mean, there's the whole devil aspect of Michael himself. He has the devil's eyes.
Yes.
So he's supposed to be ultimate.
That's
evil,
about it.
So
yeah,
I guess is that
evil isn't exclusively owned by Christians. Like they just use it a lot. They started. They started the evil thing. But it was called other things before that, like dark and light, you know, yin and yang. It's just opposite attracting, all that.
So friend of the channel, who's echoing? Is it you, Emily?
Oh, right, the thorn.
I don't think it's me.
Oh, is it you?
If it weren't for the devil thing, I would say, yeah, it's just ambiguously evil. But...
he does have the thorn cult. I forgot the thorn cult. That's right. He's got a cult.
Oh, you guys are your chat's working faster for you. Oh, yeah, Joseph would know about the thorn cult.
It's because you guys mentioned Halloween, so now the chat's going crazy.
Oh no!
I said, what, Halloween? We're gonna get
all of a sudden, 1,000 people go into the chat.
40 extra viewers. Just what? Quick! They're talking about Halloween. Go!
Sorry, I'm a new guy.
Queenie broke the damn stream.
I told you I'm the wild card.
The floodgates are open.
So friend of the channel, Brian Lomax, he recently reviewed Hereditary, which have we all seen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to so bad.
Rough.
I want to.
Yeah, no, I don't know if I can carry on with. So, he has a channel that's based in faith. It's called The Movie Evangelist, where he discusses the faith-based side of movies, and he thinks that Hereditary. He takes points away from Hereditary because, how do I quote this? Evil wins. Without spoiling that.
That was a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's wrong with people winning?
Well,
That's interesting.
He's just trying not to spoil it for you, Queenie.
You're right.
Yeah.
I need to know.
That's the best way to say it.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, and Lindsay hasn't seen it either, so well.
Not surprised, Lindsay.
All right, so let me try to back away from this topic. Does anybody have anything that they on the top of their head they wanted to talk about, or in the chat? Do you have a question? Yeah, thank you.
Darling.
We have I'll get to that. We have a delay, so in the chat, if you have something you'd like to bring up, by all means. It's going to take me 30 seconds to get to it, but Darling Darkness says, doesn't evil win in most of the times in horror? I don't. Most of the times in horror, I don't.
Think so. I think it's equal. I think sometimes it wins and sometimes it doesn't.
Depends on if there's a sequel, right?
Yeah. I think what matters is how it wins. That's what's the interesting part to me.
If you mean evil, you mean if evil wins?
Yeah. How does evil?
I'm less inclined to make a movie if evil wins through sheer incompetence, like I don't know, like Cabin Fever.
Oh.
Yeah, agreed.
That is just a lot of fuck ups.
Like, come on, I can only forgive so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't say most of the time.
Yeah,
because that's not the ending a lot of people want to see. All you want to, even if it's just temporary and there's a cliffhanger at the end where Freddy's claw pops out of the sand and grabs Jason's mask. Like, still the definitive ending is good one.
Yeah, Joseph, I'm trying to avoid pseudo specifics. All right, so for anybody, thank you, False Proxy. Name your favorite female anti-hero. Embelina.
I don't want to be boring and say May, but I can't think of any more off the top of my head.
Is that really boring?
I don't know. She is probably my favorite.
So what's boring about it?
Or does Alex Forrest count? From Fatal Attraction.
Oh, sure. Yeah. She's quite an anti-hero. Queenie.
I don't know. That was hard because I mostly am drawn to the villains. I'm not gonna lie. I like the villains, like the bad guys. They're more interesting.
Well, who's your favorite then?
Oh, my favorite villain?
Yeah.
Other than Julia.
Oh yeah, yeah. We already went over that.
I already said that, right?
Uh,
I guess Ginger. Really
Ginger
like
Snaps.
Ginger. Yeah, when I was younger, I was totally her, like with that temper. And then when she becomes a werewolf, it just gets heightened, you know, and she's full of like this raw fury, and it's taking her over. And then she starts getting off on it, and I'm like, wow. Whew. I feel that. Because yeah, her describing killing people is one of those moments that's like, you know, because she's like, it's like fireworks, supernovas. I'm a goddamn force of nature. I can do just about anything. And she's just so straight about it, and you're like, creepy. She's going to eat me. That is what you feel. And maybe you might want to be eaten. You don't know.
Maven.
No, I don't know. Damn. I don't know.
All right. So while you're thinking about that,
Yeah,
Mitch R says, I kind of like it when occasionally a movie ends on a downer. Just me? ? No. I actually, for those who haven't seen Wrong Turn, Wrong Turn, I would have loved to see just everybody just die. Because I mean, that movie was perfectly set up for that. But yeah, a movie can end and just be a downer every now and again. I think that shit. That's kind of can't spoil. It happens every now and again, and it's refreshing. I do think we need that because it's even if just to avoid predictability's sake. Lindsay says the Alien Queen.
Yes.
Which we'll count it, Lindsay.
I'll answer with Ben's answer because that's a really good one that I wasn't thinking of. American Mary.
Yes, American Mary. I should have thought of that.
I haven't seen
another
that.
Catherine Isabel movie.
I haven't seen it yet. I saw Nurse instead. That was
Highly recommend.
Love it.
Watch
Emily,
it.
you're gonna love it.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna love it.
Hi, White Tim.
White Tim, hello. American Mary. Tiffany from the Chucky series. Really? You know what? There's a good example of somebody who's just killing because fuck it. She's just evil, right? Tiff from Chucky.
Oh yeah, she enjoys it.
Yeah.
You know, makes her feel sexy.
Yeah. All right. Well, the further along we get, the more I just get proven wrong. I like that. Mitch R. Yes, great example. Yes, thank you. Has anybody seen Bug?
No, but I would like to.
I have not seen it either.
Nope. All right. Sorry. So much better than the theatrical one. Glenn Close that we're still talking about Fatal Attraction. See, nobody's asking questions. Joseph says, why I used obviousness. Just feel like noting Brian is okay with movies sometimes ending with evil victory. It was just a failure of an action by victims. Yeah, Brian, both Brian Lomax Movie Talk and the Movie Evangelist are those are incredible channels. Go support him. And like Joseph said, he only has one patron. Go drop $1. $1 for fuck's sake. The guy's doing due diligence. And it comes out in the videos. You could tell he's doing his work. Oh man, check out the Bug. Guys, questions. Beard, what's the topic for the night? It just came in. The topic is chat question. Hey, have you got one yet, Maven? Since the delays really
Have I got one? Anti-hero? I said American Mary.
Oh yeah, you piggyback. Annalyn McCord and Excision.
Oh, that movie's
I keep
good.
trying to get CP to watch that.
Oh, that's
I don't think we can right now, can we?
Is it on Prime?
I think it was on either Prime or Shudder, but
if it's Prime, we can watch it. If it's Shudder, we can.
I think I saw it on Shudder.
Yeah, Shudder.
it might be on Netflix.
You can connect it to your Amazon.
Yeah, no, we're
okay.
we're the broke version of broke right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could check. See, there was So Teeth, you have seen, Emily. That's a question. Teeth,
I haven't seen it yet. I saw clips. I scoured Wikipedia. I read the IMDb movie quotes, but I didn't actually see it.
I think Teeth is loaded on our Prime. What was the other one that was about pregnancy that I keep getting? Inside. Yes, that's French, right?
Yep.
Yes, watch the French one. Yes.
I need my French horror.
Yeah, don't watch the remake.
Yeah, why do they keep remaking French movies with awful? I watched the trailer for The American Martyrs, and I was like,
so bad, right? Like,
no.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
this is the final ghost stream. What's CP doing on here? Well, CP's got some news to tell you.
Wait, who said that? Oh, Tim. Tim. I'm the crazy slasher in all of this. That's my role. It's badass, says Darling Darkness. I don't know what shit. Another problem with the delay. They'll say something and it's to something else. Considering you began on a sexual note, what is one of your favorite films that involves next to no, if not absolutely no sexuality whatsoever? Jason Lives. No nudity. There is a sex scene, but there's no nudity in that movie. The only in the Friday the 13th movie. It's a Stepford Wives count. Emily, you're here, so you could speak those.
I didn't know. I mean, it kind of is about the vibes, but
we're losing you. You're cutting.
Oh no, unmute. Yeah, it's about their desirability, but I don't think it's about sexuality. There's no real nudity or anything like that. They barely bring it up.
Queenie.
Oh man, I don't know. That's kind of like going outside my wheelhouse.
Well, no sexuality.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something that I like that has no sexuality in it. I don't know.
The Gate. Ben says The Gate.
Oh, The Gate? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, what about House? Was that one?
Wait, the Japanese or
girls
the?
In that.
No, like
She's 85. You're talking about
yeah.
Fuck. What the fuck?
Fucking in that one?
I don't remember.
I don't know either. House 1 and House 2 were great. They were awesome. Bad, cheesy, awesome. I love them.
Lindsay says it doesn't count. I'm assuming she's
I want to say The Fly, but Jeff Goldblum. I mean,
yeah, he's sexy.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so they can't be sexy in the movie? That's not fair.
Pumpkinhead.
Holy Christmas. Well, we need to watch Pumpkinhead just to shut Bearded Slasher up because he brings it up, I think, 6 times a year in our streams. But yeah. And he did say, I swear I didn't read the rest of that comment. I just saw the word Pumpkinhead. I was like, yeah. Of course it's Bearded Slasher. But he did say that he brings it up all the time.
We're going to have to watch it sooner or later.
Yeah. Another one that I don't think is free. Maven.
Well, I guess I will mention Mitch, since he mentioned me up there in the chat, that we
you
both
keep
like
copying these people. What are you doing?
No, I was just listen. I have my own point, but I just wanted to shout him out because he mentioned my name. I see it, because it gave me the idea. He said that we both love The Innkeepers, which is like a ghost, like kind of haunting story, and I feel like a lot of those movies don't have a lot. Not always don't have a lot to do with sexuality. It's definitely not in the forefront in a lot of those movies. That was my answer. I wasn't just copying Mitch.
Likely story. Ben says The Ring doesn't have sexuality in it, as I remember.
Oh, The Thing doesn't either.
No, that's right. They're all men.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
There's a lot of dogs dying, and that makes me very upset.
Well,
agreed.
I'll go back to it again. I don't think Martyrs has sexuality in it.
There's some nakedness, yeah.
That's nudity. So nudity counts as man.
No, I don't think it.
And it wasn't really nudity. It was somebody who was post torture and looked like Gollum.
Yeah.
Like Gollum.
Yeah, no, I don't think that has sexuality. Not really. You're right.
Clown has no sexuality. Exam.
Oh, I love Exam.
Point. Oh, Darling Darkness. Yes, Exam is. You see, would you guys consider that a horror movie?
I haven't seen it.
No.
Oh, Emily, you say no? No. Okay. Queenie, have you seen it?
No, I have not.
Yeah, it's what is it? It's Cube. It's Saw. It's a way toned down version of Saw. Yeah, a bunch of people that have to work together.
I do like Saw.
To save themselves.
Gotcha.
Hello, Stephen. Martyr, she's in love with her friend. That's why she's with her. Yeah, but wait a minute. Most characters in movies have some sort of love interest. That doesn't mean sexuality. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's see, I like that Lindsay brings up these topics that she can't speak about, that she just drops these little comments in the chat. Oh, by the way, you can't do this. Oh, by the way, there's this.
Let me correct you.
Yeah. If you're gonna have such a refined topic, Lindsay, you're gonna have to be in here to do that shit.
I don't know. She's helping, I think.
I have a date with a 6-year-old boy. Emily, what?
Someone said Child's Play 1 through 3 had none, and I said that as a joke.
Yeah, I guess without context. They do threaten eye violence equals horror. 30 Days of Night.
Oh. Yeah, those are some vampires that aren't sexy or sexual at all, I feel like.
They're just frightening.
Yeah, they really are frightening.
They're monsters. Pure monsters.
No sexuality in Hereditary. No sexuality in
Yeah, it's about family. So.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Shit. Why is my mind drawing blank? Fuck. The Babadook. I don't think there's sexuality in that either.
There's one.
Well, does it count if when she's trying to masturbate? Does that count?
Oh yeah, that's pretty sexual, masturbation.
You don't see anything.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what she's doing.
Yeah.
For fucking sexuality, romance, innuendos, etc.
Wait, so all of that romance too?
You just named like 80% of film. Sexuality, romance, innuendos, all but.
I think the Great Muppet Caper has some sexuality. If that's the case.
Yeah. That maybe 127 Hours and Castaway are the other two movies. But
then romance. He's thinking about his girlfriend or whatever, right?
And
so
Wilson counts. Isn't the lead vampire half naked? Yeah, see, Lindsay.
It doesn't matter if they're naked.
This refined category.
Nudity only matters if it's symbolic.
Totally banged Wilson.
The creatures in The Descent.
Oh yeah.
They're the ones with the.
They're genderless, right?
Going?
I don't even is it ever established what they are? Are they just are cave dwelling monster things?
I don't think it's explained.
Yeah.
The lead is a guy who doesn't care. Yeah, all right. Now we're getting really specific here. So chat, that's not Lindsay with her super fucking precise question. If you guys have anything to bring up, by all
the blob
means.
wasn't sexual, says Steven.
That's where you're wrong. I have a thing for blobs.
My husband has an anti-thing about blobs. He hates blob things. I can't watch the stuff with him. I can't watch slugs with it. He's just nope. I'm like,
Slither.
all right. Wimp.
No, Slither. I mean, not Slither.
Oh, Slither. He liked that one. He did like that one.
Oh.
Well,
but it did test, though. It did.
I mentioned the Omen earlier. Yeah, all right. Well, I guess the Omen counts in your little pinhole of a I don't know. Shit, I was gonna say something but I forgot. God damn it! I had a completely different topic. Raw. I know there's implied sexuality. Is there sexuality in Raw?
There are sex scenes.
Are there? Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. She bangs the roommate, and then has a bite or two.
Yeah, and you can use it as like a discussion on like, you know, her sexual desires coming to the forefront and being uncontrollable. So I would say, yeah.
So you think it's about sexuality? I think it's a metaphor for addiction. That movie.
Well, I'm saying you can see
scene.
it that way. Like that's, you know, if you want to look at it through that lens, you can apply a lot of the scenes to it.
Oh, yeah.
But also addiction too. Yeah, like it works on a lot of different levels.
It's a good movie.
It is a very good movie.
Stephen says, "Explain to your crush on me, Emily." Wait, did I miss something? I don't understand.
Because she has a thing for blobs, she said.
Oh, self-deprecate.
Yeah, he's calling himself a blob.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Fucking, he's being Steven.
Cody, scariest female villain.
I already said this.
Yeah.
How many more times?
Paraphernalia was anti-heroes.
Yeah.
Julia's the queen of hell, and you cannot convince me otherwise, all right? All the others want to be her.
Omen is non-sexual unless you're Catholic.
Oh, Steven. How dare you?
That is terrible. There's no sexuality in Belko Experiment, is there? Bye, Emily.
Oh no.
So if I go, just carry the fort. I don't know if that's the thunder.
Hold down the fort.
Or shit, computer, whatever.
Uh-oh.
I know that feeling.
Steven, you got her all worked up and she left. Good job.
Yes. Damn it, Steven.
Sexuality in Dog Soldiers. Is that no sexuality in Dog Soldiers? Or
I don't remember any.
I've never seen Dog Soldiers.
Me.
Oh, I have. It's been a while since I've watched it, so I'm not sure. My memory's a little hazy.
I've never seen it either.
But there's some moments in that movie that I'm just like, holy fuck.
Oh,
nice.
You know what? Somebody asked a while ago our least favorite female character in horror. Sorry, Cody, we did touch on scariest before. Least favorite. Emily.
Yes.
Least favorite female in a horror movie.
Like I said, I really dislike Snow from the Prom Night remake.
We're talking about remakes? Ugh. I like all. Okay, go ahead.
Any of the female characters from Nurse. It's a pretty bad movie. And I don't know. The Bye Bye Man, the girl in there who was obviously not an American woman trying her best. She just didn't do much. She was very pathetic and sickly and for no real narrative purpose. So
I'm going to behave because an actress from a certain film liked a retweet for this show, but I didn't like an actress, not said actress, but a certain film. I didn't do much for me. If you have any knowledge of who I am and the infamy behind this,
I think it was more a scripting problem than the performances themselves. To be
honest. I wasn't talking. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's.
That's my opinion.
The lead. I'm talking about the lead, mind you.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. There's a lot of dot connecting that just isn't done there. Queenie, least favorite female.
I'm gonna name a type of female character I don't like because I can't come like none are coming to mind. So
that's good.
If you guys think of one, blurt it out. But like the annoying, perfect, thin as rail, big, huge ass tits, running around going, "Oh, I fell!" kind of damsel in distress. I hate them. I want them dead. Because like
more often than not, you get your wish.
Yeah, I know, because they're stereotyped to be that. That's all they are is bait. So basically, I guess we'd call them bait. I hate the bait bitch. All right, she's a stereotype that needs to die. It's boring, it's old, and it doesn't serve anybody anymore.
Oh,
I hated her even more in Scream, oddly enough, because she was self-aware. I want to be in the sequel. Please don't kill me.
Yeah.
A little too meta.
Yeah, she's perfect. That's a perfect character.
Okay, good. You guys are breaking my heart.
I'm sorry.
Well, go on, Maven. Defender.
Your turn.
I mean, just because I just watched it, like all of the female characters in Truth or Dare, all of the characters in general, they all suck. They were asshats. I'm not really sure why she specifically came to mind, but whoever the chick is that in the Friday the 13th reboot that Jason thinks is his mom or whatever, that I don't know her character name or the actress's name.
Daniel Panabaker?
No, the other one. The one that like was kidnapped by Jason.
Oh, the one he kept in his
Yeah. Well, also Daniel Panabaker was pretty annoying in the movie also.
They all were pretty. They were all pretty. That's all they were. They were just pretty.
There you go. Yeah. Hated their characters. Yeah, so many since I'm on Jason right now, Freddy versus Jason. What's her name? The one that egged on Freddy or whatever, and it was like insulting him and
has no career anymore. What the hell is her name? I know who you're talking about. Place your bets.
No.
Oh, you're talking about.
Is that who that is or no?
No, you're talking about the what the fuck's her name? Vanessa something.
Oh,
Kelly
something.
Kelly. Fuck it. Yeah, I know.
Kelly. Kelly Rowland. Thank you.
Yes,
oh my God. I was like Destiny's Child.
Yeah, Destiny. I couldn't even think of the band name. I was
like from Destiny's Child. Her. That's like insulting the slashers at the end of the movie. Like the fuck. I didn't mind her character up until that point. Until she was whoever she was talking to, Jason or Freddy. You're not even scary. Like it was like Freddy. Okay, like just stop.
Yeah. Any other Friday the 13th you want to shit on while we're at it?
I never said anything about those movies, those characters.
I know.
I love Freddy versus Jason. I love the remake.
Yeah. Oh, the remake.
I stand by that one. Comparatively, it is not as bad as some of the other ones out there. Comparatively.
Oh, yeah. It's way better than Nightmare. That's not even close. Least favorite female, just watched Audition today, and that Asami broad wanted to punch her. Really? Least favorite? She talk about fucking angry bitch. That was making somebody eat puke. That's Audition, right?
That's her.
She's a twisted bitch.
Yeah.
She's the one with all the girlish glee.
Yep. Maybe it's because she's like falsely girlish, you know.
I liked her because of that, though.
What's that one with the terrible ADR and the
Naked Blood?
Naked Blood. Holy fuck, that's a weird fucking movie. There's no really villainous females, but they do some weird shit in that movie.
Yeah.
The Babadook mom.
Oh.
Yeah. The kid was pretty annoying. I mean, she had a reason.
Couldn't stand the kid.
That kid.
Melissa in the New Blood. Never has a face been more deserving of an axe. Well, all right, so this is just fuck Friday the 13th stream, I guess. My favorite type of damsel is the one in distress. Kelly. Everybody's Kelly Rowland, not Beyonce number one.
That's my favorite. Not Beyonce number one. That's who I was getting at.
Aaliyah wasn't in Destiny's Child because she wasn't a survivor. Wow.
Too soon.
Wow. Wow, weird. Yeah, she was the Queen of the Damned too. She was in a horror movie.
She kicked ass, and I love that movie. She kicks ass in that movie.
Kelly Rowland was good, but she was supposed to be hated. Like she wanted a nose job, treated the nerd guy like crap. Yeah, she was a bit.
She was a bitch.
Dickish. Yeah. Judith Day in Night of the Living Dead. What the fuck, Barbara who? Emily.
The blonde from the very beginning, who's the first to see a zombie.
Oh, the character name. No, CP Friday the 13th, my favorite franchise.
You're
it's not fuck Friday. Melissa's the worst. She's not the worst in the franchise. There's some abysmal females in that franchise. And Alice is the worst final girl, I think, in all of final girl history. And that's coming from a Friday the 13th guy. She's just a girl who happened to be at the end. That's really all there is to her. 2002, too soon. Yes, White Tim. Yes, it is too soon. She was annoying. What was her name in Return of the Living Dead? Freddy's girlfriend, the one who made it to the end.
Oh.
With that ridiculous outfit she was wearing, where they locked themselves up at the very end. Her and
in the attic, yeah.
Oh, what the fuck! She was so like. It's not that her character, like it was just her the way she was. Maybe it's an annoying voice. I don't know. Like,
there's a woman in the original Day of the Triffids who was annoying because she didn't do anything. The dude was like trying to hammer boards up to protect the lighthouse they were in, and she's like, "Oh, it's almost like we're digging our own grave." Well, hell, pass some nails or something. Jesus, there's nothing to moan.
Cody said a movie with no sexuality that should had sexuality. Again, of the 20% of all of film. Tina, that's when Tina. I should know that because that's my boy Tom Matthews. I don't think
sex should be the reason to have a film. Like, just make a film, and if you have sex in it, you have sex in it. If you don't, you don't. Like, not all movies have to have sex, and not
sex, but sexuality. I don't know, implied or metaphor. I mean, Alien. There's not really sex in it, but there's
a lot of sexual imagery and everything.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be the first to admit that at the end, that whole "I'm Sigourney Weaver, I'm in my underwear, and here's a low-angle shot of me in my underwear because
with my tiny buttocks."
Yeah, because space reasons. I don't. That was a bit much.
I don't know how the Hellraiser franchise turns out. Queenie, you would know this. Okay. Does it get more sexual?
It does, but it doesn't. Like, as the series goes on and it loses Clive Barker, it loses the depth of the message, and it just becomes a slasher. And yeah, there's going to be sex in it because slashers have sex in it, but they've lost the essence of what made Pinhead interesting, more than just him being the Hell Priest. Like, he does more than just torture people.
Well, I don't know if I've heard this, read this, made it up. Isn't it true that some of the Hellraiser movies were just like other scripts that they just decided to make Hellraiser movies?
Yeah, that's sometimes. What I heard. Some of them, yeah. Don't even get me started with Deader. Don't get me started. You want to get me started.
Is that the one where there's a house party and they all have phones? Or
yeah, but it's the title that really gets me. Deader. What? That's not proper English. The writer deadest of all the dead. So mad.
So here's one.
Steven knows.
Horror icons that have been wasted.
Doug Bradley.
Or you're going with actors. I meant like character.
Pinhead. Pinhead. Yeah. He could have been so much more. And Doug Bradley would have took him there.
Yeah, Pinhead's a really cool character. Like, like it's funny that like you'll see him in a lot of stuff, toys, posters, stuff like that. But damned if you can sit me down and say, "Hey, watch Hellraiser 3," and I'm just, hey,
right?
I have some eggs to peel. I'd rather do that. Thank you very much.
There's redeeming moments in Hellraiser 3, but mostly it's a trash fire. That's how I feel about it. Because it's the first time we see the descent of Hellraiser. It's the first movie where it starts getting bad. And you keep hanging on, and Bloodlines had some good stuff too, but then they took him to space. And I'm like, what? Everybody goes to space.
That's where every icon goes to die is space.
Everyone, space. Go to die in
space. Jason X, hello. I fucking love
Chris's,
that.
I guess.
All right, what Friday the 13th movie haven't we talked about tonight? Emily, horror icon that has been wasted?
Arguably, the Xenomorph has gotten kind of strangled and weird towards the end.
What?
Like, they show it a lot. They show it too much, to be honest.
Oh, wow! There's a bold opinion there, Emily.
And it was supposed to have been evolved as the perfect killing machine, but now it's being specifically bred. That's kind of a strange.
Oh, you're talking about Covenant?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, that's a prequel.
It was made more recently.
Yeah, but it's.
I'm not talking about chronologically. I mean just the.
Okay. All right.
I preferred it when it was supposed to have evolved and eaten its way through the entire universe by itself.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're sleeping on the couch tonight, but yeah, I'll take the. Maven.
Oh, that's a difficult question. When I think of
they're all difficult to you.
Listen, because when I think of horror icons, it's like the big ones, like Freddy, Jason, Ghostface.
Well, yeah. Think second tier, like I would say Candyman. I don't know why that doesn't have like.
Okay.
Oh,
That's what I was like, because that's a.
He needs more love, Candyman.
Candyman does need more love.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now if I can go second here.
Well, Cody, if Cody's still here, he would probably say Chucky because Chucky's been had a rough couple of last films.
Brad Dourif's always been kind of trying his best, but
what did you say? What was his name?
Brad Dourif?
Yeah.
Dourif.
Oh.
Let me see. Sam in Trick or Treat, very good. Ben, that is a character that needs 6 movies. We have 1 Trick or Treat, and I don't know.
I think that's why I find it hard to answer that question because I hate when series go on for way too long. So I always get nervous. Like, I love Trick or Treat. That's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
But I would get nervous about having too many sequels and then it getting bad. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to answer that question because it's like at the same time, I would love like 8 or 9 more Trick or Treat films. But then what if they got bad, you know?
Yeah, but like in the same breath, like, would you rather just Nightmare on Elm Street or Dream Warriors? And the shit, like you got to take the good with the bad. I mean, you could have the one, but you know, a couple of good ones to neutralize the shitty ones that's not terrible. At least I would say. And you still haven't answered.
I know. I know. Because I don't know. Leatherface that's a really good one. Leatherface.
Oh yeah, they keep tripping that up. I don't understand.
The last one was I wasn't a fan.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see some newer Texas Chainsaw done way better.
Yeah, because
California Chainsaw Massacre.
The North Dakota Chainsaw Massacre.
Just do all the states. We have 49 more movies to make, you guys.
The Idaho Giant Knife and Fork.
See, Seattle Massacre sounds like it would happen. Like
the Seattle Massacre,
maybe
Saw.
Ooh,
Saw. That's a good. That kind of plummeted. Rusty Nail, Joyride. Didn't they make a second Joyride? Third Joyride? It wasn't. It wasn't.
No.
It wasn't Ted Levine. Ted Levine. Would you? That's the voice right there. Jeepers Creepers. I don't know. Does that count? Because Jeepers Creepers was okay. Jeepers Creepers 2 was less so, and Jeepers Creepers 3 was far less so.
Maybe if somebody else made them.
They'd be different. 2 would be definitely a way different movie if somebody else made that movie. Thank you, Peter, with an actual question. There are 2 sequels to Joyride. Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to start. What Universal monster movie would you actually like to see get a good remake? Embo Lusky.
I'm not too familiar with recent one, The Mummy they tried to redo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
That didn't go. So
Mission
well.
Impossible with some.
So what have you got? You've
With
got
some
Dracula, Frankenstein, Jekyll and Hyde. I don't know.
Werewolf.
I
Hyde.
personally want Creature from the Black
Wolfman.
Lagoon.
Yeah,
Invisible
Mm.
Man.
yeah.
Yeah, that could be good.
Why the Creature from the Black Lagoon?
He doesn't get enough love. I want some new Creature from the Black Lagoon. I want a good like ocean monster horror that isn't
Except
a shark
for the-
movie. I love shark movies, don't get me wrong, but I like Creature because he's different.
There's The Shape of Water. That's a fishy type monster.
Yeah.
That's not a horror movie.
But yeah, it's not really a
Yeah.
horror.
Queenie.
I would want the Wolfman, obviously. He
Boring.
never gets enough love, right?
Didn't they just redo like it's just strange that they can't redo Dracula or Wolfman or Frankenstein for that
Try
matter.
too hard. That's why they always try.
Oh,
too hard.
Invisible Man. That could be good. I remember
Yeah.
seeing Hollow with Kevin Bacon. That
Hollow
was
Man, yeah.
really bad, but I quite liked it despite myself.
Mm-hmm.
But that, and I feel like the werewolf, vampire, and even the Frankenstein story has been told so many different times in so many different ways too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That you could kind of you could make an argument that a lot of them are based from that sort of like legend or that myth, that mythos.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with Lizzie in the chat. The bride needs more love.
Agreed.
Mhm. That would be nice to have her story elaborated on a little more.
Mhm.
Not too much more, just a little bit.
And she's such a loved character, I think, in
She is.
Universal monster history. And she's only got the one movie.
We need some kind of backwoods crazy motherfucker from Alabama who kills people with a signature weapon. The scariest thing on earth is Walmart here after 11 p.m. The scariest thing on earth is Walmart, period.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that I need to shop there because they're fucking crazy, every last one of them. And then you become crazy because it's just like, well,
It's
how you
beat up.
This is where
Yeah.
civilization ends.
yeah, it.
You just got to blend in so they don't, zero in on you. So if you
Yeah.
act crazy, then they will leave you alone.
I need a Xanax before I go to Walmart, and then a Xanax as I leave Walmart. Because fuck that place! Holy shit!
Mm.
And I know I'm somebody else's headache. It's just everybody is their own headache to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Leslie Vernon from Behind the Mask, good one.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know how they'd. Well, I guess I guess I know how they would. That'd be interesting. Wolf, I'm behind. Invisible Man, Shape in the Water wasn't enough for you. No. Creature from.
I still haven't seen Shape of Water, so no, it wasn't enough for me.
Shape of Water was Creature from the Black Lagoon in spirit and a love story. Sharknado, the 6th one in 2 weeks. We got the Meg in 2 days too. Lot of water. A lot of water. Frankenstein, Jason Lives. Slow down, Bearded Slasher. I know that Jason Lives is heavy.
Spoiler, he lives.
No, he's dead. He's a zombie. He's just spoiler. How could there be only 6 what? 6 what? Oh, Sharknadoes?
Hmm.
I mean, I'm slow. Best kill in a horror film. Thank you, Darling Darkness.
Oh.
Man, you would think we're taking the SATs with the way Maven's responding to these.
I feel like I'm on the hot coals.
Because there's so many that I have to sit through my mind.
I got one. You
Go,
ever
Queen.
seen Zombie with an Eye? The shark kills, or not the shark, but the zombie attacks the shark, and I think the zombie wins. Like they both kind of walk away, but yeah, I can just see the shark dying somewhere.
What is it? The movie Dead Alive, where he plows his way through countless zombies with a lawnmower.
Yes.
It's pretty spectacular.
Yes, it is. Agreed.
Maven.
My go-to is usually the Jason X liquid nitrogen kill.
That is a pretty badass kill.
Yeah. I
That's
also really
amazing.
like Rose McGowan's death, doggy door, garage door combo. And the hatchet, the whole like ripping the head off via the mouth. That's a pretty good one too. In the first hatchet.
The curling iron death from Unfriended.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Emily, are we experiencing thunder, or are the fuckheads downstairs just playing something?
No, I
really
hear
loud?
thunder. Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay. All right, so another thunder warning. I like the cinematic, not so much the gore. The end of the Evil Dead remake with the fucking chainsaw, where she's just it's just raining blood, just
everything's red.
Yeah, just
red.
Yes, just that's cinema. That scene.
Remember in Feast where she with somebody sticks their arm down the creature's throat and fucking chokes it to death?
No.
With her arm?
No.
That sounds
a pretty good one.
What?
Oh, Mitch, sleeping bag to New Blood, easy. Yeah, that's a lot of people's go-to.
I love that one.
I kick ass for the Lord. The Lord.
That whole scene. Everything. That movie is amazing, guys.
The lawyer sliced in half in 13 Ghosts. Yeah, that's a lot of creative kills in 13 Ghosts.
Final Destination too.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Any Final Destination, just yeah.
They know. The chat knows.
Good answers. I love the tanning bed kills in front of you. Ghost Ship, the opening of Ghost Ship. You could argue that the opening of the collection is quite similar.
And one of the deaths in Final Destination 2 has a wire slicing.
A lot of wire slicing.
Guy macheted in the face who was in the wheelchair in Friday Part 2. Yeah, that's overkill. That guy was certainly, if he wasn't in pain, he was dead with the fucking thing in the face, and then the stair ride definitely did it. Thank you, Christina. What is your favorite Japanese horror film? Mine is Vampire Girl versus Frankenstein Girl or Bloodsea. Maven, what are you laughing at? Is this another tough one for you?
No, because the name of the movie, I've never heard of it, but it sounds amazing.
Is it hot in New York? Yeah, no, it's disgusting. It's disgusting in New York. Favorite Japanese horror film?
I like Audition, and I also like Perfect Blue, but I don't know if it counts.
Perfect Blue is the animated one, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. Oh, it's on the glass. Queenie.
Mine is A Tale of Two Sisters. I really like how that was done.
I've never heard of that.
It's really
Korean.
Good. Yeah. Well,
but it is very good. I love that movie. Yes.
J horror. Period. K horror. It's Asian horror.
Yeah. Maven.
Versus. I love Versus. It's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, I tend to go more for Korean horror as well, but Japanese, probably The Grudge. I really love, just because of that bed scene that fucked me up for at least 2 nights. I wouldn't sleep under any covers. And House is also fun. That house, Japanese house,
Japanese version.
That is a fucking drug trip.
Oh my god, I need to get my hands on a copy of it again. So good. I want to review it.
It's such a strange experience. Like, technically speaking, it's incredible. The story makes no fucking sense, but that's a spectacle. That movie House. Emily, did I say mine? Does mine?
No, you didn't answer.
I guess The Ring. Yeah. I like The Ring.
I like The Ring. That movie is so boring. I'm sorry. Nothing happens in that movie until the very end.
Yeah, I'm going on memory too, so it's been a while. Like, yeah. I'll stick with The Tale of Two Sisters is fantastic. I really wanted to like Audition, but it wasn't my cup of tea. It wasn't cup of tea. It wasn't your bowl of vomit, should you say? Imprint.
Oh, that's a good one. I love
Never
that.
Never heard of that.
It's freaking sick.
I liked your stand-up video in Gotham. Do you think you'll ever do another one of them there or somewhere in New York? I'm currently sick, so I'm not commuting to the city. But eventually, I plan to do road work again, which means I'm maybe in a city near you. But we're not talking about comedy. We're talking about girls and horror and stuff. Which horror icon would you want to be killed by?
I got this easy. Candyman.
Who has a gun?
Candyman.
Candyman. What? Like that's
because his voice, man. At least I can enjoy his voice while he's killing me.
Yeah.
He'll say things to me, and he'll cry. It'll be beautiful and romantic.
Bees, lots of bees and shit.
The bees and shit. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
See, Emily, close.
Nope.
Close.
Emily, horror icon, death, murder, death, kill.
Oh, kid, can you come back to me?
Maven.
I always tend to want Jason to kill me because he's very matter of fact. He doesn't beat around the bush.
True.
Jason, he's just gonna go right for the kill.
Machete slice. Done.
Exactly, machete to the face. I'm out. So.
Yeah, I agree with Bearded Slasher. I want to be one-linered by Ash and then kill.
Boo. You know what? I'll say Jigsaw because maybe I'll have a shot.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to work my way out and maybe.
You want to think before you die.
Yeah,
confidence that I don't have.
maybe if I'm guilty and smart enough, I can figure out.
Yeah, but he might drag me into that, so I'm not for that.
You might have to be the one setting up the trap.
Oh dear.
Those are the rules. Cube was awesome. Low budget horror Cube. Yeah, we referenced it briefly, Peter. Xenomorph Queen. What the fuck? That was like 8 hours ago. 3 extremes. Never heard of Cube. I'll have to check it out. Yeah,
it's still on Netflix.
Yeah, it's a precursor to Exam, Saw, that type of movie. It's a bunch of people working together. I love Cube. The third one. There's 3 cubes.
Yeah, they made sequels. Yeah.
Jason, because it means I was banging. Emily, Ash from Evil Dead has a gun. Have you answered, Emily? Did you answer? Did you answer? You passed off. You never. What is that? Was that thunder or rain? What is that?
Thunder. Who are you talking to?
You.
I said Ash.
Oh, fine. We'll take it. Freddy, so I can die in my sleep. Chucky to kill me. At least there'd be a joke before my death. So then I could be people's killers, but could be.
You want to kill me with laughter? I'm for that.
Emily's accent is awesome. Emily, your accent is awesome.
Yeah.
CP, that's who I'd want to kill me. Xenomorph Queen, keep it up. Golden Retriever. Oh, see, there you go. Yeah, so Lindsay, via the chat, is saying that she'd like the Xenomorph. Jesus Christ, that's gruesome. That could take a while.
Yeah.
Getting all plastered up on the wall and kill me. Yeah, they're all like trophies in Aliens. That's a long, slow death, if you ask me.
Isn't that pretty much how the Sarlacc works as well in Star Wars? I'm probably getting its name wrong.
The Sarlacc pit?
Yeah.
Yeah. It digests for hundreds of years. But what was that beep? What was that?
Oh, that was some electronic something.
Man, everything's everything's going haywire.
I don't think it's important to me being on the stream, so I think we're fine.
Peter says, I've seen your stand-up CP. I'm pretty sure you've killed already. Yeah, The Room, maybe. That's a comedy term. Does one's life already count as a joke before death?
No, I want another
Gosh.
joke. I want an extra joke.
It's all right. Fries are up. All right, so one more question from the chat, and then we'll wrap it up because it's been about 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
That's by the soldier aliens. The queen is quick. Plus, I just want to see her up close, and I'll die happy.
That's fair enough.
Really? Really picky. I like how we get to be picky about who kills us. That's interesting. Hot Pockets. How do you know Hot Pockets? They're pizza rolls. My pizza rolls is done.
Ew, why'd you use Victoria? It's so formal.
Is there, well, while we wait for the chat to catch up, is there anything that you guys are looking forward to, new or not, anything that's on your horizon that you're planning on watching sometime shortly, soon? Doesn't have to be like related to the channel, just a movie that you've haven't seen and had your eye on.
Oh, I have Shape of Water here. I've been meaning to watch it.
Okay.
There.
Okay. That's
The Meg.
The Meg, yeah,
The
that's
Meg.
Thursday, depends on
Mhm.
Embo.
I got a couple. Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer and Society. And I guess I should get around to watching Anchorman at some point.
Anchorman.
Mm.
All right. Question: who the hell do you think you are? I get that one a lot.
Oh, there, Mother Mayhem or Lindsay has a question.
Oh, how much did you guys miss me in the stream tonight?
Yes.
Immensely.
Yes.
Immensely.
Every second, Lindsay.
I'm scraping by without you.
Yep, just fucking around. So you put the order in.
Meg and Halloween. Jason, you're officially banned from the chat. Plan on making frozen tombstone pizza. I got a bunch. They were on sale. All right. Nobody likes a gloater. Reality. What one horror genre would you like to take a break for 5 years? Halloween. No.
That's its own genre.
Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow.
Like
Don't even start.
we still have like 3 months of just fucking.
Don't get me started.
Zombie movies genre. Zombie movies.
Ooh, look at you answering right away. Not even waiting.
Got it.
Good for you.
You were talking about Halloween, so I had to...
Yeah, just shut up already. Shut up about Halloween.
No more.
Emily, don't mean to bore you with
Purge movies.
Ooh.
So they could have some time to really think of, another direction in which to take them.
Thank God there's that television series due up in a couple of weeks.
Yay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Queenie, what do you want to not see for 5 years?
A lot of mine have already been named, like the Paranormal Activity movies.
They've died though, haven't they? Haven't they just officially died?
No, they keep making them, don't they? Like they just whatever.
We'll be rebooting it in a few years.
Yeah. Definitely the Paranormal Activity movies. And if you're gonna use found footage stuff, make it really interesting.
Yes.
Like Cloverfield.
We're going to be getting drone horror next.
Yeah, right. Drones. Yeah.
The only thing that's terrifying is how loud they are.
No, it's annoying, not terrifying. It's different.
I watched Coherence recently. Recently, thought it was really good. Is that the one where in the fast food joint? I don't know.
Compliance.
Oh yeah, oops. That's Compliance. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what Coherence is then. Because I was like, I don't think Compliance is a horror movie. I mean, it's horrific. It's terrible, but I don't know if it's. Mother Mayhem, I miss you. Love your personality and insight. Well, we all appreciate that comment. Reality, all 4 of us. That's nothing. The Mag Ghost Stories, The Ranger. Please come back. All right. She had a technical difficulty. Still waiting on Mayhem Xenomorph collection. Man, so everybody's just talking to Lindsay in the chat. No one likes a gloater. So, yeah. Killer Flicks is all about Halloween. Yeah. Maven, enough with the zombies. Paranormal film. Still unpacking my house. Give me a year. Starting my. I'm way behind. VHS series is fine. Yeah. Really? Work on not dying. A average ESTAT video has drone footage. Big deal. Don't get me wrong, you four are awesome too. A little late for that. A little late. All right, so that's about 2 hours, guys. What do you have coming up on your channels? I guess we'll start with Emily because she's month 2 into pre-production on the next video. So Emily, what do you have? What stage of production are you in for your next video?
So I've completed more of the script than I thought, so maybe I can begin filming this week. My review for The Exorcist, that is. And
people who are interested in the little subplot really might want to watch that review.
Mm-hmm. We might be doing a making of type video for that.
We might be. I'm going to be doing it because this is kind of a special episode. Just to show people the process of what a YouTuber with less than 1,000 subscribers goes to make a 20-minute video. I feel shame, and I just want everybody else to realize you should all too. And we'll be doing a behind-the-scenes thing for that. But no, seriously, the side story that you have, we're getting some answers in that video. Yes, Queenie.
Yes.
What's coming up on channel Kweeny Todd?
Well, I already posted something today.
Okay, what is it?
Well, people have been asking me about my tarot collection, so I did a video on it.
Ooh.
Because I'm a tarot reading professionally, so I do them on my shop, yeah, and I do like bone art and other stuff like that. So I'm a little bit of a weirdo.
We all are, really.
No, I'm super interested in that. I'm gonna go watch that before I go to bed today. Then.
Oh, okay then. Fine.
That channel is Kweeny Todd. That's in the description. Maven, what do we got from?
Just the usual. On Friday, Spooky Astronauts Emma and I are gonna be live on my channel for Does This Offend You episode 5, and we're talking about Hostel and Turistas.
Ooh.
If anybody's interested, tourism in horror.
Oh, see, that's something I wanted to bring up in Stream. We never got around to it. What do you do? You do it 8 p.m. Eastern on Friday?
It'll be 10 p.m. our time, Eastern time.
Friday, right?
Friday, yeah, because it's 10 a.m.
10 a.m. for her.
On Saturday.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, I'd like to get her in here somehow. And,
yeah, she's exactly 12 hours ahead of us, if that helps. So right now it's 11 a.m. on Thursday. Wait, what's today?
Wednesday, yeah. 11 a.m. Wednesday morning.
Wednesday for her right now.
Yeah, we're going to have to figure out to do a special different day and get Emma in here because she's quite a head on her shoulder. She knows what she's talking about. And a girl. Coincidentally.
Imagine that.
Yeah, so if you're watching this in the future and you have topics and we're not so flying by the seat of our pants that you'd like to hear us talk about intellectually, not, try to stray away from the what's your best Jason moment, what's your let's get a little bit deeper with
who would win.
Yeah. Jason, Michael, or Freddy. Let's try to avoid some of that stuff because it's all out there. Whatever. Mm-hmm. But thank you to Mother Mayhem for her. I don't know, what was it? A 4-second total cameo that she was here, maybe smiling and saying, "I don't know what's happening." But until next time, thank you for joining us and toodles.